Suppose we talk about it. There was some color back in his cheeks, but he looked very sick. Who's going to sail the ship now? You can't do it. But if you give me food and drink and a handkerchief to tie up my wood, I'll tell you how to sail her. Desert. Desert. Desert.
Desert.
Desert. Verb to leave empty or leave completely. 丢弃，抛弃。His presence of mind never desert him. Fetch. Verb to go and get and bring back. 拿来。All right, I agreed. We'll go into North Inlet. North Inlet and quite put her on the beach there.
Inlet.
Inlet 喜欢 Inlet. In 3 minutes, I had his peniora sailing easy before the wind along the coast of the treasure island. Then I went below and got a handkerchief and helped Hans tie up the great binding wood in his leg. He ate a little and drank more of the rum. Then he began to look a little better. We sailed ahead of wind, the island moving past quickly. After my success, I was less sorry about deserting the. 帮我重新热一下。Deserting quickly. After my success, I was less sorry about deserting the stockade. There was only one thing that worried me. 人家的话就不能吃了。Worried me. 喝下牛奶，补充一下营养。It's the way Hans watched me at my work. A cold little smile on his face. We could not put the ship on the beach when we reached North Inlet because the thing was too high. We had to wait, sitting in silence over another meal. Captain, Hans said to me, still with that smile on his face. My old mate, Oberlin is dead. Can you throw him overboard? I'm not strong enough, I said. That was a purse. Then he said, well, now would you be very kind and go down to cabin and fetch me a bottle of wine, Jane? This ran too strong for my head. I listened to his words, but didn't believe them. He wanted me to leave the deck. That was clear, but why? Wine, I said. Will you have white or red? I don't mind, he said, as long as it's strong and there's plenty of it. I'll have to search for it, I told him. Plenty. The state of having a large supply of especially the needs of life 丰富的大量的 There was good books in plenty. Pick up. To take hold of and lift it. I'll have to search for it, I told him. I went below, then took off my shoes and went quietly up the other stairs to watch him. He was on his hand and knees, and although that hurt him, he moved quickly across the deck and took a long knife from among some robes. I could see the blood on it. Then he hid it under his coat and went back to his place. This was all I needed to know. Israel's hands could move about and now had a weapon, and he was going to try to kill me. But I knew that he wouldn't use the knife until the ship was safe on the beach. I went back to the cabin, put my shoes on again, and I picked up a bottle of wine. Then I went back up on deck. He took a long drink from the bottle of wine, saying, here's luck. Afterwards, we sailed into the North Inlet, and I forgot to wash hands carefully. We were nearly on the beach, and I was looking over the side of the ship. Perhaps I heard a sound or saw his shoulder moving. I don't know, but when I looked around, there he was, halfway towards me with the knife in his right hand. He threw himself at me, and I jumped to one side, leaving him to fall on deck quickly. I took a pistol from my pocket and aimed it at him, but the paw was wet, and the pistol didn't fire. He got looking at me with the surprise speed. Suddenly, adverb, happened down, etc., unexpectedly, 突然的 roll 打滚 roll verb to cause to move along by turning over and over. But suddenly his pendula hit the hand and went over on one side. We were both slowed down and began to roll across the deck. I was on my foot and climbed up into the sail, hand over hand. When I was in a safe place, I loaded my pistols, this time with dry powder. Hand was pulling himself up among the sail now, knife between his teeth. One more stamp, I said, and I'll kill you, Jane, he said. He took the knife from his mouth to speak, and looked beaten. will have to make peace, you and me. We are too sharp and quick for an old seal like me. But then, with a sudden moment, his hand went back and something went speeding through the air. I felt a sharp pain, and I was pinned to the mat by my shoulder. In the terrible pain and surprise of the moment, both my pistols went off and fell from my hand. Then did not fall long. With a cry, hand fell into the water. He came up. The water around him red from his blood. Then he went down again forever. I felt sick and frightened. The blood from my wound ran over my back and chest, and the knife seemed to burn like hot iron. But I was trembling so bad that it shook the knife out of my skin, and I could move again. I climbed down through the seals, then went below the tie up my wound. There was a lot of blood, but it wasn't deep. Next, I went up on deck. It was now evening, and a light wind was blowing. So I lowered the sails before climbing down a rope and into the sea. Waste. The narrow part of the human body just below the leg and the hips. Blades, verb to consider something responsible for something bad. The water was only waist deep, and I walked ashore. The sun had gone now, and once on dry land, I began to walk to the stockade. Perhaps the other would blame me for the deserting, I thought, but Captain Smollett would be pleased I had taken the head I was sure. When I reached the stockade, the horse lay in dark shoulder, but on the other side, a large fire had almost burned itself out. It seemed strange, and it had not been our habit to build large fire. There were no sounds except for the wind in the trees. And I went quickly around the eastern side, keeping in the shadows. I came near to the corner of the house. I heard my friends breathing loudly as they slept, and at once felt heavier again. I got to the door and looked in, but all was dark and I could see nothing. With my arms out in front of me, I walked in. Suddenly there was a high voice screaming in the darkness. Pieces of eight. Pieces of eight. Pieces of eight. It was Silver's port. Captain Fleet. Immediately, man began to walk up, and I heard Silver's voice shout, "Who's there?" I turned too long, crashed violently against one person, then ran straight into the arms of another. Lion. 暂停一下。A prisoner of the enemy. Oh, 暂停一下，回一个信息。我12点半到1点半我要回家睡个午觉，其他时间我都在。继续看书。bargain 讨价还价。
bargain,
bargain. bargain 讨价还价。To talk about the conditions of a sale agreement or contract. A prisoner of the enemy. A prisoner of enemy. Somebody brought a light and I saw the inside of the house. 5 pilots were on their feet. Another man was lying down with a head wound. But my heart became filled with fear when I saw no prisoners. For my friends all dead. 所以还是早一点把书看掉，不然的话，你说短信不回吗？也不礼貌。
那我放在店里好了，你弄好了，我在下午大概到4点多的再来拿。店也关门的，关门嘛，那就算了。
店里有人呢，我老婆在呢啊。Here's Jane Hankin, said Silver. How friendly of you to visit us, Jane. Where are my friends? I asked. Silver answered in a smooth voice. Yesterday morning, Dr. Livingston came down with a white flag. Caps Silver, he said you were lost. The ship's gone. We looked out and by Sutter. By Sutter. The ship had gone. Let's bargain, said the doctor. So we bargained, and here we are in the house. And your friends, they walked over, and I don't know where they are. And now, are you going to join us, Jim? We are in trouble, I said. Ship's lost, treasure lost, man lost, and if you want to know who did it, it was me. I was in the apple barrel the night apple barrel the night. We saw the island and had every word you sing. And the ship, it was me who cut her lobes and killed the man aboard her. And it's me who had sealed her to a place where you'll never find her. Kill me if you like, but if you let me live, I'll do what I can to save you when you are arrested and brought to trial for piracy. One man swore and jumped forward with his knife. Get back there, calmly, adverb, quietly, 平静的，镇定的。Get back there, cried Silver. Did you think you were kept there? Tom Morgan, well, there's never been a man to stand against me and sing another day. Angry whisper came from the other man. Did any of you gentlemen want to argue with me? Shouted Silver. Well, I'm ready. Let him take a knife, and I'll see the color of his inside. Not a man answered. I listened to my heart beating. Silver waited calmly, his pipe in his mouth. As he watched his followers slowly, they got together and at the far end of the house and whispered to each other. You seem to have a lot to sing, said Silver. Let me hear it, or stop talking. We'll go outside and talk, replied one man, and he stamped calmly towards the door and disappeared out of the house. One after another, the rest of the men did the same. They are going to kill you, Jane, said Silver when the two of us were alone, and they are going to stop me being their captors. When I took into that bay and saw the ship was gone, I knew it was all over. Now I'll sing your life. If I can't predict tomorrow be bargain, you must sing for long. You have from dying under the lay. I'll do what I can, I told him. There's trouble coming, Jane, he said. And talking of trouble, why did the doctor give me the map? I stared at him in greater surprise. Why indeed? Leading, adjective, guiding, direction, 领导的，指导的。Suppose, verb to take as likely, 猜想。Well, he did the thief went on, and that's strange. The doctor opened and 5 pilots came in. 他们那种一天看5-6个小时书的，跟一天写5-6个小时毛笔字的人是怎么做到的？我所有的除了运动以外，所有的加起来就两个多一点小时，我都觉得还时间还蛮紧。They pushed one man forward, and he gave something to Silver. The thin cook looked at what the man had given him. The black spoke, he said. He turned the paper over. What's this? No longer, Captain. You are becoming quite a leading man in the crew, George Mary. You're the captain's net, I suppose. But tell me what's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong, said George. First, you made too many mistakes on this trip. Second, you let the empty out of the trap for nothing. You let the enemy out of this trap for nothing. And then there's this boy. Is that all? Asked Silver quickly. It's enough, replied George. Well, I'll answer you, said Silver. You all know what I wanted, but you won't listen. Would you? In my plan, would be on the Hispaniola. Now, every dead man alive and treasure on ship by sudden.
Thunder. And.
By thunder.
By thunder.
By sudden. Let this boy. We'll use him to bargain with. He might be our lot to change. And the daughter. You are being glad enough to have a daughter coming to see you every day. You hand with your head broken, or you just sick and shaken with fever. Only a few hours ago, I made a bargain. That's why I let enemy go. He threw a piece of paper onto the floor. It was a map with 3 claws. The pirates jumped on it like a cat upon a mouse. Very pretty, said George. But how are we going to get away with the treasure? We have no ship. “没人看也蛮好的。没人看的话，就自己随心所欲。我录屏还是录的，直播嘛，主要是通过油管直播给自己，留个纪念吧，以后可以回看。中年的时候是怎么学习的。Usual。customer 通常平常的。You tell me, George, shouted Silver. You and the other lot ship. I found the treasure. But I not be your captain any longer. Silver for captain, shouted the pilot. After a moment, the thin cook smiled. George, he said, I think you have to wait a while before you get another chance to the captain. Earlier in the morning, Dr. Leveson came to the stockade. We've a surprise for you, Doctor. Silver came out with a little strange hair. The doctor was now inside the stockade. Not Jane, the very thin Jane. The Silver Doctor stopped. Well, he said. Then he went on. This sick man of yours, Silver. A moment afterwards, he entered the house with one look at me. He went to his work among the sick. Well, that's done, he said. After visiting each man, and now I'd like to talk to that boy. Please. No, cried George Mary. Silence, shouted Silver. Hunkins. He went on in his usual voice. Will you promise not to escape? I give the promise. Then, Doctor, said Silver, you just stamp outside that stockade. And when you are there, I'll bring the boy down on the side. You can You can talk slow the face. The man's angry exploded after the daughter left the house. Disappointed. A person unhappy at not seeing Hope's tension. And they accused Silver of trying to make a separate piece for himself. They accused Silver trying to make a separate piece for himself. Silver waved the map in front of them and told them they were stupid. By Sutter, he cried. We'll break the piece when the right time comes. And that's not now. And then he walked out on his clothes. Runs. His hand on my shoulder. Slowly, boy, he whispered to me, we don't want to worry them. Daughter Sively Livesey was waiting outside the stockade.然后今天的话就不看和平的年代。我今天电脑报到了，因为电脑报嘛，我卖电脑的嘛，还是要了解一手行情，然后就是新鲜事物吧。就像我在币圈，我也需要了解币圈的动态。那不是操作是一回事情，但知道是一回事情。知道这个事情嘛，就是你做事情的话更有底气。爱起来。 哎呀，索性就不暂停了，暂时继续看。哎呀。你这个面有没有放冰箱里的？说明中国的这个看书的文化啊，没有外国好。他韩国的有个人直播看书啊，看的人很多的。有的多少场？
多少场？几米啊
4米能够。
没有4米，3米或5米。
啊
？5米。
那5米。
5米25块。
哦。有没有头的？
装好的呀。
哦。扫。啊，25啊。
嗯。啊，5米，我们5米不是25，5米多少？啊，5米，5米30，
没有白的，这么明显的。
要么就黑的。黑的千兆的要贵一点。
千兆的45块。黄的对呀。
黄的好的。
我可以给他退了吗？多少来着？30啊，走明线是吧？哎。
支付宝到账30元。
玩游戏大乱斗。玩游戏就是荒废人生哎！你这个 B 站还叫我去玩游戏啊？哪是的吧？你这个 B 站。
播吃面。
现在没人看，这是什么？看书是西瓜视频，西瓜视频没人看，抖音有人是吧？多多少少会有人来看的。这不是，这可以录下来的。一天到晚沉迷在电视里，就是荒废人生啊！这个就是榜样的力量。
你知道吗？我只吃那个。哎，我们这差不多10来分钟。哎。电脑有没有好？
人民那个张启正电脑看看好了吗？
奶奶帮我们介绍一下。
嗯。做什么用啊？
办公用的。
办公用。
这个理想的就这两天啊。
对。
就这几台。
对，理想卖完就不卖了。
理想卖完不卖了。
理想这个返修率太高了，就不想卖。
为什么呢？
不好呗。
现在什么样电脑？
那你们
质量好，要质量好，戴尔的质量好。
戴尔的。
理想预售，前几年呢有听说过。这个是。
戴尔，我是听说过的。
对，美国牌子的，一定有牌。
我的妈妈戴尔是打游戏。
这不是打游戏，戴尔有任何牌子都有办公游戏之分。这个是游戏，练脑的。办公的话就买这种就可以了。
太小了。
屏太小了，我想买个大点的屏的。
大能不行。
哪个？
这样。
这也是戴尔的。
练脑的。
这内存多大
？16G。
16G。
要买理想的戴尔的。
理想的。就那边的。太小。
这个是最大的呀，这个是16寸嘛，这种是15.6。
哎，没有比16还大一点。
没有的。
没有啊。
那有的，外星人就1.5万以上。
我看着像好小。
因为我那个是几大的，
我们这个
也是在理想买的。
我们这个是多大的？
这个是多大是吗？这多大的？
这个是13的。
13。
这也是在理想买。
啊，这个比这个还要小呀。这台有点年份了。
不是3年不是。
大的呢，其实大的呢就带不方便了。
其实这台不是有个包嘛，不放个包里提行嘛，这包大一点嘛。
那反正最大的就这个16寸最大的。
最大是这个。
就你要买这种这个档次的，就是这个是对应的嘛，这个是i5的啥代？你这是7代嘛。就是你这批理想质量算是好的。它明显它这个做工啊，就是你这批买的是坏掉的都几乎都没有的。这后来做的就真的不行了，后面做的我都头都大起来了，烦都烦死了。
后面都不行了。
你这个应该是17年了，拿出来17年了。这到2000年以后的。
17年到。
它2000年以后的机器啊，它越做越烂。
用了5年了啊。
5年半嘛。5年半多了吧。啊，17年7月5号买的嘛。现在到23年了呀。
这个就买这个芯片。
这个的就它大多少都不知道嘞。
怎么卖这个？
价格都是价。
便宜啊！我专程我上次买这个坏了，我也找你这来买。
老客户给你接190。
哟，太好大口，199。
不是，所以说要讨价还价，生意啊，做不好，我1分都不还。你这台电脑不拿出来，你要凭99我也不卖，就是因为讨价还价卖不好。
我这台电脑买的60块钱在里面。
这买是应该是原价，就是你如果不是老客户的话，1分都不还。199就是已经最大的努力。一台电脑我跟你说，再多少钱？你呢？
都是封好的，没有拿出来我们开机试一下。
没有。
拿出来你试一下，我试一下，不是变旧了嘛，对不对？那都是新机呀，就是。
家里还有新机吗？就那台。
都进一台卖一台，进一台卖一台的日期都是最新鲜的。
这个是什么日期啊？
这个嘛就是这几个月的了。
到时候他们卖的你也要在上面贴一个。
哎，都要贴的呀。
多少什么时候买的？因为我还没注意看这个东西。
按不下去，直接按这个能把它开机吗？开机看一下。
那肯定不能开，开了以后这就变旧电脑了呀。你开一下我开一下，那就旧电脑了。
我女儿的是买也是个戴尔的。
是买的是游戏本。
游戏那种。
厚的那个。
是那时候我也我介绍叫去买戴尔。
有的人发现我要我打电话问带的是怎么样？
戴尔的话很明显嘛，是他推荐戴尔上市。但是我还很少现在戴尔，我们这些都蛮明显的。
我们一般都蛮影响。
都蛮影响的。
就是怎样，主要是它国外的品牌，它质量好。
哎。
这是
要不吧？
漂亮的电脑。
买个笔记本，买个
没有漂亮的包。
我还是好啊。
保质量还能用啊，人家用一年就扔掉嘞。
带你好呀，带你给你下来好下。
有没好一点？
没有的都是，颜色倒是有其他颜色。
我们当年买的
都是黑色的。
带的6000多块钱，这个是那里
那没有，
但是大一真不让下来。
那包都是黑色的呀，你要好看的包。啊，你这个不行，装不去，你这个的话一定要还要大的。戴尔肯定 OK 的。
上次我儿子买戴尔的就是他。
对，就懂的人就不用说的，戴尔苹果世界上最好的2个牌子。能用这么大的包，能用这么大的包。那个这个放不去。
啊，这个。多吧，这么大个包来挺大了。
他只能用这么大的包去。
对呀，你这么大的电脑就这么大的包。这个16寸是目前算大的电脑了，刚刚开发出来的。原来
这是个15寸
，15.6就跟16寸，你看相差这么多。
这个是没经历过，这个
差多了。
要买这么大的吗？
那俩用俩就呢，要不要这么大的？不要这么大，但是买点小一些的。这个有比人家这个要大些。
要大。
这个15.6的也不一样。
那也行的噻。
太大了。
那现在买这个行的噻。
这个内存差不多了，是不是一样的？
半办公足够嘞。
啊？
半办公嘛，反正是啊，你不打游戏半办公嘛，
不打游戏。
不打游戏。就是这个跟那个
速度哪个快对吧？
对。
速度那肯定这个快了，但是还要想呢，相差这么多钱呢。就是这个这么快的速度，你用不用得出来？那就是一个另外一个问题。
就是说我又不打游戏，又不什么
只是办公用一下。
办公用内存大一点嘛。
这个行。
你这个呢？那太大了。
它也在呢。
对的，真老。
可以的这个。
这个内存
跟那个。
待机有多长时间？
待机都差不多的，那个正常在用的话，反正2个多小时嘛。你这个能用多少小时？这个新的就是能用多少，都差不多的。
新的才1-2个小时。
这2个多小时嘛，反正你一直在看电影的话，你就2个多小时。你说要黑掉，跟手机一样用马上黑掉，那就又不一样了。你说不用黑掉，那。
这个呢？这个多少钱呢？
一样的嘛，便宜199。
199，4800。
我看到你我看到你原来这么多年在我这里买的，我是有感情的，是不是啊？本来价格我不给你还的，因为讨价还价太累。
他说是那个什么5日是吧？什么节？那我说这个马上行不？
要便宜点吗？
便宜是不可能的，便宜。哎呀，
到时候公司里面的台式电脑。
你这个电脑要买100台，我也这个价格。因为赚这么多钱嘛，本来就价格打好的，算好赚多少钱，在这个基础上我还再给你便宜100。
有没有移动硬盘？
多少大？
你这里有多大硬盘
？1T、2T。
这个跟这个。
你想多一个硬盘多少钱？2T硬盘就400，我倒替你钱了我。
这个跟这个有什么区别呢？
就这个处理器呢是小2代的，最新的。
12代的。
小2代的，这个是11代的。
处理器不一样，
就速度要快的，就是这个快。
这个要快。
那这个12代的有这个小一点吗？
没有的，12代就是只有16寸。
它没做小的。
它就是14、16这样的。
14、16，那个14的有。
对啊，这14的，这15，然后这个14的。 就是14的、12代的。
14代
13代都有13代，这个12代，你13代我觉得可能就没必要。
12代的啊，
12代
这个14寸的。
这个也可以。这个跟那时候比较的像，是不是一般大的？
这个小一点嘛。
这就比你手上的要大。
比我手上的大的。那这样聊。
就是你放在那里一动不动的，你可以买16寸，但是你老是要提来提去的，16寸太重了，你说。
对呀，老是要提的。走到哪里要提的。
提来提去的，你这个你都提习惯了，这么提。
我这个13的，这个14的，是吧？那10代。
不太行那些。
那个一样贵啊。
对，价格是一样。
看这个是200块钱，一模一样。
对，一模一样，配置都一模一样。
配置一模一样，那个大小这个价格怎么一模一样了？
这个尺寸，它割屏，它割出来的屏都是扔掉的嘛。比如说，1块屏你割14寸能割9块，它割16寸也能割9块，都扔掉了嘛，价格是一样的。
就买14寸。
买个14寸。
太大了。
我就是这样的，因为我原来也是用那个游戏本，我就每天要带着太不方便了，就14寸，刚刚好，随便拿个包里塞进去。
这个是13代的，没必要。这个也是。
买个。
就这样。搞12代的，是吧？11代和12代。
你那是7代嘛，8、9、10、11、12。
那其实我买那个11代已经可以了。
但11代太差了，你看12代性能在这里呢，拿120P在，你11代再重新，然后在这里呢，这个性能。
11代和12代
相差性能这么多，就是11代跟10代呢没什么区别，但12代跟11代呢有质的飞跃，在13代呢比12代又好那么一丢丢，所以说我让你13代不要买，这个性价比嘛就是啊，那很多人哎呦冲进来就是要买60、7000块钱的，是吧？5000多块钱嫌差的，那么你去买13代去。
那再买个小的好的电脑包。
电脑包就是我就是这样的电脑包，你如果要好看就自己另外去买，是不是啊？
那就这个。就是5600块钱啊。
对，我都是原价的，你一个人买过。
这是软装的啊。
原装肯定原装，不是原装不要钱摆上。
这有什么问题？那是。
不是我们这种店嘛，就是讲的就是信誉嘛。
我买了5年，你这个店还在这。
不是我只能干这行当，上行当我
那你自己用的苹果的啊？
我那个是15000啊。我用苹果的，我主要是要剪视频。你买个苹果，你还用不了，很烦的。
太多功能太多了。
不是，他每件东西都要去研究的，很累人，知不知道？
我没用过的，联想。
不是带联想你没有东西，带联想都只是造了个机器，里面的东西都是他们做的。
看看我这个有多大区别？看起来像差不多。
那有大一圈啊。大一圈。
我看加快器是个10寸的。
它有多大？
它有什么？它英语地方多吧？我也不知道。你还要跟我把东西都下载好。
下载什么东西？
起码那办公软件东西都要下载。
办公软件我都 Word。
我要下载一个银行的。
要把2个电脑打开，它中国的投标。
那个吧，邮政带来是吧？要邮政的。
什么银行？
农商行。
农村金融是吧？农村金融这是比较烦。我现在那个手给你装好，你用不来，你到时候再拿来再给你装一下。
你找个差一点的位置嘛，都挤在这个位置挤着。
把这个电脑放他这里嘛。
这地方方便嘛，我。
放他这里嘛。
我习惯了都在。
习惯那个位置。 我看我要装的东西要你装上吧。
拍视频啊？
拍视频玩吧。
剪视频难不难呢？
啊？
剪视频难不难？
不难。
我有点想拍那个玩一下。
那你就手机拍拍好了，手机也能拍的呀。
你这人进来买东西不会拍视频是吧？
又没对到你，对着我的呀。
不要把我们拍进去了啊！
没有拍进去，而且我拍的是国外网站，你国内也看不到的。